The cutest thing ever. Here's a heart. And then a man or a woman with a leash and a puppy dog. And then the sun. And someone made this. And we ran into it. And I had to get a picture of it. So cool. And then you have Detroit Lake. Just beautiful. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. How creative is that? You know? Who says we need technology to have fun? Hi you guys, I wanted to come on and have you guys listen to just this water for a moment. I love the sound of just lakes and creeks and oceans. I love the trees and the animals, and just so relaxing. And so this message that I'm bringing is one of encouragement and helping you guys to remember to get outside, to connect with nature, with Mother Gaia, and to go inside. There was a message that I recently listened to. Right now I'm actually just taking a break from technology, but I wanted to come on here to just share with you where I'm at and to bring this message that I have been sitting with since I heard it. And I will leave a link in the description box. It's from Mooji. And what he was talking about is, for one, spiritual gymnastics. Sometimes we think that we have to do all these things to awaken. But in fact, truth is simple. And so the things that get complex is when we're in form and when we're in the mind. Those are the things that trap us. And this world does everything backwards and upside down. And there's a lot of untruths going around, and the thing that we can see as the observer is that untruth does not breed or help with being joyful and happy and being in unity. Truth does. Simplicity does. That brings all kinds of love and unity and joy that surpasses all understanding. And so, you know, each of us can sit back as the observer and start to look and see who is actually the one that is looking behind the eyes, seeing through, who is watching this and observing it and able to sit with all of this and decipher different types of things, like letting things go, letting things just pass by, discernment, you know, and being able to grow and to evolve. What is that all about? And the message that I want to bring with this is that what was said in this story of this man who awoke out of his slumber, out of his sleep, was that his teacher called to him and said to him, you know what? You are not who you've been conditioned or taught to believe you are. You are the supreme self. You are the imperishable supreme being. And he said, this is not a personal statement or compliment. This is your truth. Use your time to confirm it. And then his teacher passed away. And he sat with that for many years. And naturally, he was able to awaken and remember who he truly is, who each of us is. We are not different from each other. We are one. You are me and I am you. We are all connected. But there are forces out here in the duality of, you know, this illusionary world that's going on, and it tells us, no, you're this person, this is your story, this is your character, you're playing this part, and you know, it keeps you in this tiny little box or on this path, and it's constricting. it inhibits, it suppresses the truth and who you truly are. It suppresses your inner power, your inner knowing, that still small voice that is within you. And that is what I have experienced. I have not been confident in myself enough to know and to listen to that still small voice, and to realize that that is actually source speaking to me. That is the divine love and light that we are. Okay, it's guiding us and it's leading us to learn the life lessons and to be able to evolve and to grow. Now, I remembered back to a couple of times in which that voice was very strong, but I didn't overstand and I didn't understand it. I sat there and I was contemplating it, and I was like, oh no, and I was questioning it. I didn't just listen to it and then accept it and trust. And so what ended up happening each time is that I went down a path that led to a lot of pain and a lot of suffering. Now, there was growth in that, but I took that harder path, and I don't think that I had to take that. Now, we are exactly where we are supposed to be, so I guess that is what I set up for me ahead of time. But I can see now as the observer that there were different paths, and had I listened to that voice and been able to recognize it as my own, I would have, been able to walk a different way. And each of us can begin to sit with ourselves and to remember and to acknowledge that voice and to trust it. That is that still small voice that will lead us into the flow of life, instead of resisting and fighting and being in a survival mode. So that's basically what I wanted to come on and say, is that, we don't have to do spiritual gymnastics in order to get from point A to point Z, or wherever we are looking to go. Like, there's things in our lives that we want to do, and those things are, following our passion, the things that bring us joy, our gifts and our talents that we have. Those are the things that we really want to be putting our time and our energy into, because it leads to our missions and our purpose in life, I believe. And that's what I'm observing. And when we are in these lower vibrations, we become bound. And so this is a time of surrendering. It's a time of freedom. Truth is freeing. It is joyful. It is happiness. And so, sometimes it's hard when we've been living a life. I will speak for myself. When I've been living in these low vibrations for so long, I have a hard time of getting out of these old patterns. And sometimes I just want to say, I give up. I hate my life. I hate everything. I want this in my life. And I have to be able to sit with that, and I have to focus. I have to say, no, I'm going to focus on what I do have, and just keep my vision on what is present right now, and changing my perspective when I'm recognizing that these conditioned emotions and thoughts and memories and all this type of stuff is keeping me trapped and bound, and I can break free from that. I don't have to consent to it. I don't have to stay there, but I do recognize it, and I continue to love myself awake and to just be able to go, okay, I see that this is going on. What is the life learning lesson? What do I need to learn from this, or this situation, or this struggle? What is it that is still within me that is surfacing at this time? So I encourage you guys to do the same thing, because it's not just going to go away. If it's surfacing and then we play into it and we continue down these same rabbit holes and these patterns, then we're going to get the same, outcome. And, we don't want to be attached to outcomes. We want to just be in the unknown and not be attached to the body or time or places or things. All these things are temporal. So it's the eternal things that are going to be freeing to us. And that's just what I wanted to come on here and say. For those who have had a hard time, for those whose families have been destroyed, I think for myself, I know what's really, really important. And so that's why I get so frustrated sometimes, that it's like, man, can I just have my family back? Can I just be free in doing these things? But I have to go, okay, what is it that I'm still needing to learn? And then I have to be grateful for being able to have this opportunity to do it. Okay, and so if we have people who are walking with us, it's helpful. But remember, you are your own best friend, and you have everything that you need. And so you just have to put it out in the universe, and let's not get stuck on different types of things. I see this a lot. There's a lot of people who are trapped in the mind and in old belief systems and judgment and stuff like that. We can call this whatever we want, I believe. Divine love, Elohim, Yahuwah, God, the infinite, the imperishable, the field. There's so many different names that we can put on this. The unmanifested. We can say pure presence, pure awareness. Okay, the formless. It really is all that is. And I love you guys, and there are forces out here, and they're all working in a way that will bring us right to where we're supposed to be. And I don't know exactly what to say about the conquering and dividing, besides we can see it and we can observe it, but we don't have to put our focus on it. We don't have to give our energy away. You know, let things go and choose to be a part of what is freeing. And let's be in unity as love, okay? You see forces that are in unity right now doing a lot of destruction and conquering and dividing. A lot of low vibration, pain and suffering, inflicting that on people, and a lot of imprisonment of the mind and the body and the spirit. But our spirits really can't be imprisoned, you guys. We need to realize that no matter what. So let's walk in the spirit, not in the flesh, and let's be in unity in this spirit, okay? Because we are one. And I just wanted to come on here and say that. And, you know, the keys and the codes are in nature. And so get out in nature, you guys. Remember, you are not who you've been conditioned or taught to believe you are. You are so much more. You are who you've been waiting for and looking for. So we don't have to look outside of us. That's what people have been doing, is looking outside and looking for anything and everything to come and to be a savior. We don't need to do that, you guys. We have exactly what we need right here. And it's looking at you right now. Put a mirror up and look in that mirror. Look deep within. What is it? Who is it that's looking back at you? And so let's embrace that, you guys. Let's embrace this divine love and light. And yeah, unity is the key right now, you guys. Unity, consciousness. And I love you guys. And I hope that you enjoyed the scenery and that you guys have a blessed night. Take some time out from technology like me. And I will be back when I've sat with this message and I'm ready to come forth with, you know, a new video for you guys that I hope that is planting seeds that others can water, and that we will pass this along. Pay it forward. Namaste.